Hello, and thanks for tuning in. In this review, I'm going to be taking a look at one of the most beloved sequels in horror movie history. And now, Evil Dead 2. The movie picks up right where the first left off, with the evil force approaching and possessing Ash. From there, he returns to the cabin and encounters another group of people, and they pretty much go through the same thing as in the first one. This film would focus heavily on comedy, something that I feel hurt it overall, as only about 50% of the jokes work. The other 50% fall completely flat in my opinion. There's still a nice grainy look to the film, although it is a lot cleaner than the first and colors pop far more. Bruce Campbell's acting is also far better than it was in the first one. As a matter of fact, Bruce Campbell is the key reason to watch Evil Dead 2. For a large portion of the movie, it's just him on screen, something which requires an incredible amount of talent, courage, or stupidity. And if you ask Bruce, I'm sure he'd tell you he had a little bit of all three. With that said, everyone else in the movie is completely forgettable. The actors do an adequate job, but the characters are just weak. Every time they're on screen, I just get bored. The cabin looks much more sinister this time around, and overall there's pretty good production value, though some of the special effects are really cheesy. Despite the fact the movie focuses more on the comedy element, it is still able to pull off some legitimately creepy moments. There is a lot of blood in this movie. Instead of focusing on the gross out factor, they pretty much just went for full-on fire hose effect. This does play into the comedy, and it was one of the elements that I thought worked. Fun fact. The filmmakers would have the Deadites spray different colored fluids as a way to avoid the MPAA giving the film an X rating. They did the same thing on the first one. Ultimately, both were released unrated. The audio still plays a pretty big part in the movie, though not as much as in the first. The film also comes to a satisfying ending, possibly my favorite in the franchise. Evil Dead 2 is a strange movie. It would have some of the franchise's highs as well as some of the lows. There's a lot of cheesy effects, a lot of the jokes don't work, and the secondary cast is completely worthless. But honestly, the movie's worth the time investment just for Bruce Campbell's performance alone. Go ahead and give it a watch.